Microsoft recently announced that it would lay off approximately 4,800 employees. If you follow the tech industry, you've probably seen this news. But to be honest, what caught my attention wasn't the layoffs themselves. What really caught my attention is the context in which this is happening. Because at the same time, Microsoft plans to invest approximately $80 billion in its artificial intelligence infrastructure this year. On one hand, one of the largest technology investments in history. On the other hand, thousands of people are losing their jobs. At first glance, these two developments seem to contradict each other. One can't help but ask this question. If the company is in such a strong position, why is it parting ways with thousands of employees? I think this is the real issue we need to discuss. Now, let's do a quick calculation. Many people think of an employee's cost to the company as just their salary. But at giant tech companies like Microsoft, the situation is a bit different. An employee's cost isn't just their salary. Health insurance, annual performance bonuses, stock-based compensation, taxes paid by the company, pension contributions, and other benefits are added to this as well. When you add all of these up, the average annual cost of a tech employee to the company can reach approximately $250,000. Now, let's multiply that by 4,000 employees. So the total annual cost to Microsoft for just these 4,000 employees amounts to approximately $1 billion. This figure may seem quite high at first, but at giant tech companies like Microsoft, the total cost of employees isn't limited to just salaries. However, there's another interesting detail here. Microsoft's budget allocated solely for AI infrastructure this year is approximately $80 billion. So, the annual personnel cost of roughly $1 billion pales in comparison to the company's AI investments. That's why I don't think this is just about cutting costs. In my view, a much larger transformation is taking place here. Companies have started spending their money in different areas. In the past, when people talked about growth, they thought of hiring more employees. Today, however, larger data centers, more powerful chips, more computing power, and billions of dollars in AI infrastructure are on the way. Moreover, Microsoft isn't alone in this. Amazon, Meta, and other major tech companies have also been restructuring their workforces recently, while continuing to invest billions of dollars in AI infrastructure. This situation is also linked to investors' desire to see a return on these massive expenditures. Now, it's important to make a key distinction here. Microsoft clearly states that these layoffs are not happening because AI is replacing people. According to the company's statement, the goal is to restructure the organization and redirect resources to priority areas. But there's another striking sentence in the same statement. Artificial intelligence is changing the way we work. I think this is exactly the point we need to focus on. Perhaps AI isn't directly replacing people today, but it is definitely changing companies' investment priorities. And when investment priorities change, sooner or later, this has an impact on the workforce. Perhaps what we're witnessing right now isn't the first major wave of layoffs caused by AI, but it is one of the first signs of how companies will change in the age of AI. Because in the coming years, competition among tech companies may no longer be measured by who hired the most employees, but rather by who built the most powerful AI infrastructure. That's the question. If you enjoy this kind of content and don't see the economy as just headlines, you can subscribe to the EcoVantage report. See you in the next video.